things meet. So let's put, actually I'm going to leave this on the board and we're going to create a little data collection using our TIs. We'll get to the coins after this. Or get to the dice, excuse me, after this. The coins are just being very, very good today to us. Okay, so we're going to fire these bad boys up. So if you have your TI, if you don't have your TI, just sit next to somebody who does. We're going to collect some data really quickly here. So, first thing I want you to do, press the math button. Go over to PRB for probability. Select rand int.
Which one's that?
Wait.
Oh, is it too glary?
Yeah, I can't see it at all.
That's better, isn't it? Is that better?
Yes.
What was the first button?
Math? Same one you used for the next grade quiz.
Okay.
You want to use 0, 1, or 1, 2 for heads and tails. 1, 2, boom. 1, comma, 2, comma, 2. What this will do is flip 2 coins for us. So if we hit comma 2. Now, let me ask one more question. What should 1 be? Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is. That means 2 is tails. Ashley?
Why do you have to come to?
Because, watch. Press enter and you'll see why. It's going to flip 2 coins for us. So 1 comma 2 means flip a coin. This tells the TI how many coins should we flip.
Oh.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Is that,
I just
good?
wanted to make sure.
No, you got it. On you go.
I got heads.
You're good. That's my next question. Everybody pressed it 1 time, yes? How many of you got 1, 1? Which would be heads, heads. Okay, so there's 3. Let me keep track here. So we got heads, heads. That's 3. How many got either heads, tails, or tails, heads? So either this or 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so that's heads, tails, or heads, tails, heads. And then who got tails, tails? 2, 2. Okay, notice the difference. Notice the difference. Press enter again. Press enter again. I got 2 tails. Who got heads, heads? 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who got tails, heads, or heads, tails? 1, 2, or 2, 1. 1, 2, or 2, 1. Who got tails, tails? 2, 2, just like me. You see what's happening to that the middle part of the distribution? It's beginning to spread out. Now the reason it's spreading out is, what's the likelihood of getting tails followed by heads? Just 2 followed by a 1. What's the chance of that happening? 25%. What's the chance of heads followed by tails? So the chance of getting 1 of each has to be 50%. It should be twice as likely because there's 2 different ways to have it happen. And we're starting to see that, aren't we? We're starting to see this spreading out and becoming twice as big as after only 2 experiments. Pretty badass, huh? So that's what your neighbor got wrong when he said, wait a minute, heads can't be 25%. Because once I flip a heads, it's 25% to get heads next. No, it's 50% to get heads next. You already got 50% to get heads the first time. 50% of 50% is 25%. That's what he's mistaking. You're just as likely to go heads, tails as heads, heads. Which is, again, the discussion back to who gets to sharpen the blades on the trimmers this weekend. Cool? Everybody buying this? Okay, fair, fair. One more time, just to try to point home. Ah! Heads, heads. Heads, heads. Who got heads, heads? 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who got either tails, heads, or heads, tails? So 1 of each. And who got tails, tails? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's almost perfectly what it should be. Almost perfect. If this is 15, you should be 30, and it ends up being exactly 30, which is pretty cool, actually. And this is almost 50. It's a little bit high on the tails side. So now look at what I got. I went heads, tails, 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 heads, heads. What would my grandpa bet on? Rest in soul. Rest your soul, Felix.
Tails, heads.
He's going to bet on tails, heads, isn't he? No, heads, tails. I didn't use that one yet, did I? Right? I saw everything except heads, tails. The die, the coins, the cards don't remember. If they remembered, that would have come up 1-2. Because I already burned a 2-1, 2-2, and a 1-1. So people are like, it's the little old lady sitting at the machine. She gets off the stool, you jump because you know it's going to be a 1-2 next. No, you don't! You got 3-1 odds against you being a 1-2 next. Remember, it's only 25% likely to be 1-2. Which means it's 75% likely to be something else besides 1-2. And look what happened. I got a repeat. How long would I have to go until I got my 1-2? There it is. This becomes a problem from last week. It becomes, can anybody think of what that problem I just asked? How long would it take to get that 1-2? What problem is that similar to from last week? Do you remember? Remember the randomness, all the randomness experiments with flipping coins, pulling cards, rolling dice? Which one is this most similar to from last week? I'll give you a hint, it doesn't involve coins.
The cards.
It's most similar to the cards. Because you were checking the suits of the cards, which were 25% likely. Remember how many times you have to draw until you're reasonably sure you've seen all the suits?
Yeah.
We just got clubs, finally, after we bankrupted ourselves. Make sense? Good. Let's come back. Take 5. Let's go back and play with dice. I think you're going to talk about the genetics too. We'll do that real quick.
I was wrong.
You were wrong.
I found Punnett Square.
Well, we have the Punnett Square now, I think.
But I mean, they can super unlike
Wait, you can have 2 blue eyes and a brown. Oh, of course you get it. It should be 25%.
Yeah, it's the same as two brown.
Oh no, it can't be 25%. It can't
Rather
be.
than,
That means it's not simply 2 by 2.
there's that dominant thing.
right here.
'Cause the blues are recessive.
Yeah, yeah. So when two.
Oh, they're saying big H, little h can be blue. That's not what and 2. Oh, it's not a 2 by 2, it's a 4 by 4.
It's a 4 by 4.
It's a 4 by 4, not a 2 by
Remember
2.
having that.
Way less likely.
And then you can do punditry.
What are the other 2 characteristics then besides big H, little h? Or big B, little b? What are those circles that are out there?
What's what?
What are those circles that are out there?
Those.
Those
one's-
circles?
One's brown and one's blue.
One's brown and one's
But then what's the
blue.
H and the
They're
H?
little and big.
So in other words,
Recessive and dominant.
Yeah, recessive and
Recessive
dominant. Dominant